Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Today we're going to continue setting up our wastewater processing plant. I want to start by making a small change here. I think having separate stations for each fluid is kind of a waste of space. We should have enough storage space to handle all of those in here. So I'm going to make that change here now. Now this would have been better if it was on the top. Well, I guess we can deal with that. All right, so in this case I'll have to set a filter on here. So this is the sulfuric wastewater. Okay, and then we'll set a filter for the other ones. So the one on top could be Fluoric. Whoopsie. Settle down. All right. I would like it if I could just start typing and it would automatically go in the search bar. But apparently I have to click on it first. So that's Fluoric, and then this one would be nitric. There we go. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is remove the requests. Okay, and then we'll add them in. Well, let me move it first, and then we'll add them in. So I'll hit Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Okay, and then we'll do the same here, except this time I'm going to go to that one first. There we go. And let's take a look. Yeah, and there's still plenty of room in there for the other stuff. Okay, and then I suppose I can just pick this stuff up. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and pick it up. I was just thinking maybe I'll just leave it in case I need to bring anything else in, but I can always just make another copy of it if I have to do that. Okay, and then we'll need to get power. Well, you know what? I should probably move this one too then as well and put our output station here. So let's do that also. Okay, and I'm going to copy the station name. And we'll put that right here. Okay, and then same thing there. I'll copy. Got to get within range. Okay, and then we can pick this one up. And then we'll just have to reroute the belt. Okay, good. Okay. So that's done. Oh, okay. And then here I need to set the request for the other barrels. All right, so we need nitric. Oops. that's minus 1600. And we need fluoric. Minus 1600. There. Okay. So now that that is done, we could probably also move. We could also move the passenger station. Let's do that as well, just to make it a little more compact. I'll just copy paste, and then I'll remove that one. Okay, and then I'll tell it to go to the station, so it'll leave here or go make a U-turn somewhere and then come back. Okay, so now that that is taken care of, we need to start processing the fluoric and nitric. All right, so let's use FNEI first. All right, so looking at fluoric, we can use that to create fluorite ore, mineralized water, and purified water. Okay, now the fluorite ore we can turn into hydrofluoric acid along with calcium sulfate. The calcium sulfate we can make from silicon and purified water. Oh no, sorry, that's... We need to click on the calcium. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we get hydrofluoric acid, but then calcium is a byproduct of that. So what can we use the calcium sulfate for? We can use that to make sulfur dioxide gas, which we are also making over here for the acid, right? Sulfur dioxide gas. Okay, so we could use that to assist in the production of sulfuric acid. So it seems like that's a favorable loop. All right, so let's get rid of the sulfuric acid and let's start looking at what is it? Hydrofluoric acid. Where is it? All right. Let me go back here. Fluorite or hydrofluoric acid. Okay. That's what we're looking for. Add recipe. Hydrofluoric. Here we go. Synthesis hydrofluoric acid. Okay. So, how much of this do we need? I don't know. We've got 4 plants making sulfuric, so why don't we do this with 2, just because I think it'll probably be used less than the sulfuric acid. So that will need sulfuric acid as an input, which we're already making, and then the fluorite ore. So the fluorite ore we're going to get from wastewater purification. Wow, that's a lot of hydroplants. Tell you what, let's scale this down to 1. And I'll leave space in case we need more. Okay, and then that's going to give us mineralized water and purified water as byproducts as well. Okay, so let's do that first, and then we can add another recipe to use the calcium sulfate to make sulfur dioxide gas. Okay, so we'll add a recipe for sulfur dioxide gas. This one. Synthesis sulfur dioxide from calcium sulfate. Okay, and we're going to have to bring in silicon for that. Okay, so how much calcium sulfate? I'm going to be making 1.4 calcium sulfate per second. So if we do this with one factory, yeah, we'll use more than enough. Actually, let's see if we do it with a chemical plant 1. Yeah, chemical plant 1 will even consume 1.8. All right, but we're going to need to bring in silicon. We'll already have purified water. We'll have 43.8 purified water being made. Yeah, so that's more than enough. All right. So let's start with this one. I'm going to need a Mark III chemical plant. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, one of those, and then I'm going to need 4 Mark II hydro plants. And for that, I need more brass and more circuit boards. Okay, there's the circuit boards. Looks like I'm going to have to go out for the brass. And I think I'll just grab as much as I can and stuff the train with some of that stuff. Okay, that's bronze. Brass is over here. Which way are these balancing? Okay. Brass plate. And I also need stone brick, which I think I have in my train. While we're here, though, I had a suggestion to use up some of the steam to make electricity rather than just turning it into water and clarifying the excess. Now in this case I'm using some of this water down here too. To make carbon. Is that the only source of water I have here? That's maybe not a good idea. Because what if I need more water than that down there? Okay, so I need another overflow valve. I might have to go and change that. All right, so I'll put an overflow valve here on the steam. So by priority, it'll go in here, convert to water. I think I would have to then get rid of this clarifier. Okay. There we go. All right, and then we can make a steam engine. I think a Mark I will be enough to consume whatever steam this puts out. So that way we'll use the steam first to make purified water, and then when we have more purified water than we can use, the pipe will start to back up, and then the excess steam will go out and get turned into electricity. And then we could even put another overflow valve after the steam engine. Well, let's leave it like this, and let's see if this is enough to take care of all of it. But I think that was a good suggestion, so that we don't just waste the steam. Try to use everything we've got. All right, let's see if I've got stone brick here. I do. That's good. So I need 4 hydro plants. 1, 2, 3. And 4. And I need to, I'll put some of the extra brass back in the train there, so I have a few slots available. Okay, so let's go back to the waste processing area. Oh, just a reminder, I do have my vacation coming up. I think this is probably going to be the last episode I get done before I leave. So after this one, the rest of the week, I think this will get me through the middle of the week at least, and then the rest of the week there won't be any new episodes until I get back and back in action. Okay, so now we need to set up this production chain. So we'll set up our hydro plants. Let's try to keep these aligned if we can. Leave a little bit of space there. Okay, so we're going to have 4 of these. Do I have an extra one? Oh, okay. Didn't realize I already had some. All right, this will be Fluoric. And it looks like I'm out of pipes. Ah, no, I can make a lot more. I might have to go back to the base for more, though. Okay, and then let's bring down a couple more of these guys. Well, let's see. I don't want to just use these things everywhere as a standard, because they're kind of expensive to make. All right, so I'm going to need, let's see how many unbarreling pumps I need. Looks like I'm going to need 2. All right, so let's get 2 barreling pumps. And we had those set up like this. Yep, okay. And then this is empty the fluoric. And then I'm just going to copy this whole section. Okay, so this would be the input, but actually in this case I can put the input a little bit closer. Okay, and then I need a couple of provider chests. Does that look right? Yep, let's move this a little bit more. Okay. All right, so this is where we need to bring the, the fluoric wastewater. And that's this one on top, right? Yeah. All right. Jump, jump. Oh, okay. That's not... Okay, why aren't... Okay. Apparently... Alright, apparently I had that misaligned a bit. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, now in this case, I want the empty barrels to go over here. Well, no, that's okay. I'll figure out where to send the empty barrels, if anywhere. In fact, for now, let's just take this part out and we'll just have them go into the requester or the provider chests until I figure out what else to do with them. Oh, okay. And then I have to change this to Fluoric. There we go. Okay, good. So now these are going to give me, I guess, a similar situation to what we have over here. So I'm going to copy the output side of all of this on 4 of them, minus the hydro plants. Let's see. Okay, that looks right. All right, so now we have purified water coming out as well as mineralized water. Okay, and then mineralized water is over here. And purified water. So maybe I should copy this as well. Is that right? Looks right. Okay, and then I'm going to need another clarifier, for which I need iron. Let's see if I've got iron. Looks like I do. Okay, and then I need 2 of the big storage tanks. Great. right over there. Okay, and then I'll figure out what to do with these in a moment. Okay, so we've got that part of it done. Now let's take a look at the other side of things, which is dealing with the fluorite to make sulfur. Well, no, we're not dealing with the fluorite yet. First, we need to make the... Hang on a second. Okay, yeah, I still need to make the acid. Alright, so we're going to take one of these, and this is going to make hydrofluoric acid, which is that. Okay, and that's going to take fluorite ore. Let's take a look at inserters. Alright, looks like we're going to need a stack inserter on the input. Or no, one fast inserter will do the job. Okay, and then we need sulfuric acid, which we have over here. I think I'm going to use a pump. And I'll use my brass pipe for this. Okay. And then we're also going to get the calcium sulfate. Okay, well, I'm going to need another tank. I'm going to have to go back to the base to get more supplies, I think. Because I'm out of stone brick. Oh no, there we go. Do I have enough? Not quite. I could make one of these tanks, though. Alright, let's head back to the base real quick. Pick up some more ingredients. Okay, in the meantime, let's look at what we do with the calcium sulfate. So I'll right click on that, and we're going to use that. Okay, yeah, that's the one that I already did. No, that's what I did here. Okay, yeah, so for that I just need one regular chemical plant, which I can make. Alright. And I'm just going to go and grab a few stacks of stone brick for myself. Where was the tank? It's in fluid handling. There we go. Now I can make one. Let's get rid of that stone. I don't need that. And those bearings have been in my inventory for a long time. I'm sure I'm going to use them eventually. Alright, we'll just wait for this to fill up again. Great. Alright, let's go back. Now, I'm not going to be able to kickstart this process until I get more sulfuric acid, which is waiting for the sulfuric wastewater. But what I could do is, well, I could start taking excess sulfuric wastewater from the base and barreling it from the main base. That might be a good idea. Alright, so here I'm going to request some silicon ore as well. That's going to be in smelting. Let's just get 8,000, let's say. Okay, and let's get rid of those barrels. Okay, so I've got this, and then I need to put that into a tank, which I thought I made. Yep, there it is. How are we doing that? Like this. I'll put it on this side. Okay, and then this we will put into a barreling pump. And we'll set it up just like this one here. Well, maybe turned a little bit. Okay, so here we're going to be barreling hydrofluoric acid. There we go. And then I'll set this up the same way I have here. Empty barrels coming in and full barrels going out. Okay, and we'll need another zone expander, which I'll put right there. I've got a recharge station, so I'll put that over there just in case it becomes necessary. Actually, let's put it within range of the substation right there. Okay, so now we know what we can do with the empty barrels. Okay, and then we can bring the hydrofluoric over here. And we'll put a limit on that and change that to hydrofluoric acid barrel. Okay, and then we should change these station names. So this is just going to be acid out. And then this is going to be, we'll just call it waste processing in. There we go. Have I gotten the silicon ore yet? I have not. Why? Maybe I don't have any silicon ore. That appears to be the case. I've used it all up. Okay. Let's steal. Yeah, here's silicon. I don't have any. All right. I need to start doing something with all this stone. Well, and the other thing is that I'm not limiting the ore coming out of these stations at all. So the ore that goes up here will get used up. And it's only the excess that's being made available in these stations. And I'm not sure that that's exactly what I want. I might want to hold some back. We could do that. How many silicon plates do we have? Where are my silicon plates going? To this one. Okay, so that's full. So I don't think I'm not going to make any more silicon plates. But I do need more ore. All right. Well, in any case, let's get this set up. And I didn't leave myself quite enough room. Okay. And let's clean that up just slightly. There we go. Okay. So now we just need some sulfuric acid to get this starting to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some out, and I'll make a barreling pump, which I don't have room for. All right, let's get rid of the. And I'm going to use this just to feed it some sulfuric acid manually. Just so we can get this process kick-started and make sure that it works the way that we want it to. Okay, that looks good. And now it's stopped. Why? Oh, okay, because we need to get that other stuff out. All right, so let's just, I'll put that into a chest for now. There we go. Okay, so it works. I'll let these barrels empty out, and then I'll put the rest back where they belong. And I think I would like to, let's see, I'll put that in my trash slots. Let the bots get it. I might want to limit this. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. Let's get a one-way valve. Let's get a one-way valve coming out. And then we'll go into there. And then I'll put an overflow valve. Where's my overflow valve that I just made? I don't see it. There it is. Okay, I guess I didn't actually make it. We'll put an overflow valve there. So that way this pipe, that way we'll send acid. We'll send acid to make this acid only when we don't need any more for barrels. of sulfuric acid. That should be our priority. Okay, so I'm going to put this sulfuric acid back in here. And we have a little bit of hydrofluoric, and we won't get any more until we make more sulfuric acid. All right, so now let's work on what we do with the calcium sulfate, which looks pretty easy. It's going to be a single chemical plant. And this is going to be sulfur dioxide gas. Yep. And we'll turn it around this way. All right, so purified water. Goes in over here. And then we need silicon ore, which I don't have, but I can go back to the base to pick some up. And then the sulfur dioxide gas, we will shoot up this way. I'll use my brass pipes now. And I want this to be used as a priority. All right, so right now the sulfur dioxide is going over here. All right, well, let's finish this pipeline here. Okay, so this will be sulfur dioxide, and then I want to use this as a priority over this. So how do I do that? No, that's not going to work. This is going to get a little tricky. Yeah, it's hard to prevent this stuff from mixing. Well, I guess I can mix with this because it's the same stuff. I need... Let's see. So I want this pipe to empty only if this pipe is low. So that means I need an underflow valve. I need an underflow valve there. Okay. So let's move this down a little bit. And then I'll just feed this one in from the other side. Okay, so that way the sulfur dioxide gas will come over here. It'll go into this pipe. And then if this pipe becomes empty, then the sulfur dioxide can come out of this side. Okay. I think I should probably have a pump on that too. There we go. Alright, so we just need some silicon. So I'm going to go back to the main base and grab some silicon ore, because I do have an excess of it over there that I've been putting into boxes. And then we'll come back and feed it in here, and just to make sure that all that works properly. And then in the next, well, we still need to deal with the nitric water. And then after that, we're going to have to figure out what to do with all the stone that we have back there in the main base. Okay. And I might actually have some silicon ore in here. Nope, guess I don't. Let's use the car. Alright. Yeah, and I got that stuff over where we're doing the... over here where we're doing the sorting for the tin plates. In fact, I think that's... yeah. Okay, so that gives me a lot of silicon. That'll be enough at least to get the process started. I'll just put it in the warehouse over there. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of something. Let's get rid of those. Alright, so go back to waste processing. I'll put these in the warehouse and we'll see what happens. Back at the main base, we can see that the sapphirite is gone. So our iron production is almost finished. So as soon as all this gets used up and this stops, I'm going to remove it. And then what I'm going to do is where this sapphirite was coming up, I'm just going to feed iron plates on those same belts instead. So we'll just have this start bringing in iron plates. It'll send them all the way up here. And that way it'll go back on the bus in the same place, and it'll be a lot easier than having to try to get a new set of belts coming over here. Right? I mean, it'll travel some extra distance, but it's not such a big problem, I don't think. Alright, so let's put the silicon ore up here. Oh, okay. That goes over there. Yeah, we got to run a belt for that. I didn't leave myself. I guess I can run belts down the middle here. Let's figure out where we want that belt to end up. Right there. Okay. Well, that's... There we go. And let's put a pump here as well. Okay, and I've used up all the... No, I haven't used up all the calcium sulfate. Where are we stopped? Oh, okay, because I've got crushed stone I have to get rid of. Just what I needed. Well, we can turn the crushed stone into mineralized water and add it to the tank here. I think that's what I'd like to do. Alright, so let's get a liquefier. I'm going to need regular water for that too, though, aren't I? I don't think I have pure water coming in here anywhere. Okay. There we go. This is mineralized water in. Alright, so now we just need to get some water brought over. Looks like the closest water is probably over there. So let's make an offshore pump. And I should have plenty of brass pipes. Alright, and then I'm going to turn right here next to these tracks. That way this pipe will hopefully not get in the way of anything else that I'm going to be building. Okay, so now we can get rid of the crushed stone. And this might get clarified, but I mean, I don't think this is going to be generating tons of crushed stone, so I don't see that as really a big problem. All right. All right, I think we're done here. All right, so what I'm going to do, and I think I'll probably do this offline. I'm going to set up a process in the main base to take extra sulfuric wastewater and barrel it so that we can use that. Yeah, because right now I am clarifying some of it. So instead of clarifying over here, I will, or actually I can bring it down here. I'll just put an overflow valve over here. I'll barrel the excess water and then put it over here in one of these stations to be available for export. Okay, well that's going to do it. I'll see you guys in a few days. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a good one.